that even happened in our kids' generation.
It's like your boy Pot said, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He. What was it? The spark. He may not be the one to start it, but he might spark the mind to start. So we just keep doing what we need to do. Someone might see it and be like, "Hey, I like that. Let me continue it." And as you said, we cannot worry about white man or whatever man is above.
That's right.
Stopping.
The white man.
You know they're gonna. You know they're gonna say stuff. You know stuff's gonna come.
Because back in the day, like you can't say like Rosa Parks, she had the same mentality as you, right? Someone at some generation has to start a trend somewhere, right? So it takes that quote unquote leader or that person to start that trend. Because if you didn't speak up, right? If Rosa Parks didn't speak up, if all these people never spoke up, then we would have still stayed in that box, that bubble, right? So I promote what you're doing, but I think that it makes more. We need more of a collective group to start the individual trends to change the narrative. That listen, there's many plateaus that we can reach, right? There's not a ceiling, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
Going back to the whole Diddy thing, to your original topic, I don't think it boils. Me personally, I don't see it as a black and white. I more or less see it as either you're rich or you're poor. You can either afford to get off,
Rich and poor, but
or you can.
there's the black and white when you get.
There's the black and white and rich and
It's
poor.
in there no matter
It's
what.
no matter what.
I agree.
Always in.
Because
but
if
you
it
have
was
to,
you with the baby oil doing all of that stuff, you would have been in jail for life.
cool. But if I didn't have the money to afford those
Well,
lawyers,
people wouldn't
Exactly.
care.
if I,
Oh yeah,
right.
absolutely.
But if I didn't have the money, like Pete didn't to afford those lawyers, would I be even seeing Would I be seeing 1 or 2 years?
No.
Hell. So you have to put money as a factor.
No, money is a factor. but
Money
we're
is a
saying
factor. Absolutely,
they
it
both
is
go
a factor.
together when you get to that level, right? But the thing is, should you really like? What,
Should money be the factor when you're a criminal?
Absolutely not. Morally speaking, absolutely not.
he's a freak. He's a freak. There's a lot of freaks out there. It's not put in the public limelight.
Freak with the.
And the thing is, it's funny because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, we knew this. Oh, you knew this about Diddy. Oh, we seen this. Oh, there was all this." But no one tried to stop it.
Right. Everybody went to the all-white parties,
Everyone
and they knew
allowed
what
it.
the all-white parties were about.
And you allowed it because there's other people in the industry doing the same thing. Everyone knew about the parties. Doesn't Jay-Z has his white parties every year? Watch. When they're really ready to go at him, all of a sudden you're going to hear stuff that were happening at these white parties. All of a sudden now it's a big deal that it's happening. But right now, it's not a big deal. Why is it not a big deal now?
I'm not asking around to
Because Jay-Z ain't trying to... Really,
Jay-Z's trying to stay under the radar because he separated himself from Diddy,
or
right?
he's making his moves, but he's not trying to keep it quiet.
Absolutely.
Because that was Diddy's problem, putting it out there that he was going for the companies. If he didn't, none of this would have been coming out.
But you can look at Jay-Z and Rihanna. How old was Rihanna when she started?
Yeah,
I'm just
but
gonna
there's a
leave
lot
that
of them.
right there. Yeah,
There's a lot of them that are
I'm
young.
just leaving that one right
And
where
I know
it is.
they have the story with her in the office saying how, oh, you're not leaving here. The only how you're leaving out here is through the window kind of thing. And it's now people want to make a big deal about it, like, oh my God, that's so this and that.
But why do you think
Who doesn't
Rihanna's
talk
not,
like that?
but-
He wasn't really serious about going. He's just saying, yo, we want to sign you, and you're not leaving this office. If you're leaving, you're going out the window. That's the only how you're leaving.
But why do you think Rihanna hasn't put out any more music? She went into her fashion. She went into something else because she doesn't want to have that stigma and everything else
Or just,
attached to it, and with Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? But
I think a lot of the artists though will leave the music if something else is popping for them. They'll put it on the back burner for a little bit and deal with it. Why? Because it's probably a little bit less work, and you're making probably just as much or more than you going on tour. You gotta practice, you gotta rehearse, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. All right, so
Let me ask a quick round table question. If you're Diddy's lawyer, starting with you, Special K. If you're Diddy's lawyer, what would you recommend he do as a public figure right now? Would you want him to stay quiet?
I'll be the last.
Jay-Z on to the next.
I'll be the last.
You don't put yourself in that position. Okay, if you're
Put me
Diddy's
on
lawyer,
the
what would
spot.
you recommend he should do right now? Stay out of the public eye, start to make some music, still be entertaining. What should he do? Go on a comeback tour? What should he do?
I think he should stay out of the public eye, concentrate on his family because his family's severely damaged, like his children and stuff, and just rebuild that relationship and then come out with something else after. now's the time for him to fall back and reinvent himself.
Does he fall back permanently and just stick out of the public eye completely? And when you say reinvent himself, should he reinvent? Can he still reinvent himself behind the scenes, where like he comes out with, he can still do a liquor license or a liquor brand,
He
right?
has to be silent.
He has to be
He has
silent.
to be like a silent
Completely
partner.
silent. Silent
Completely
partner?
silent partner.
Don't show his
good while.
face.
That's it.
What I think he's going to do, this is what I think he's going to do for the public. He's gonna go into church, just doing things like organizing stuff, helping out his community, small things like that to get people's attention. Oh my God, he's changed. Oh, look at him doing something good, for himself, and then he's gonna try to get the audience back on his side.
Is that gonna help you think a
No.
lot?
I don't think it will.
I mean, no, because people are gonna still talk. Oh, he's doing it for this,
Yeah.
but his whole purpose is he's going to try.
Well, let's
Do
let's
it,
going
but
to try.
don't have it put out.
That's what he's gonna
Let's
do.
if someone else
No, he's gonna
catches
do
wind
what he's
and
gonna do.
they
He's
report
going
it,
There
to
you
know
go.
what he's
Leave
going
that.
to do.
No,
He's
but
going
you
to
can't do
pay
that.
someone.
you can't do that.
He's gonna pay
It'll come out.
someone
He can't.
to record him
No,
I know,
and
but-
It'll
leak
come out.
it.
I know. I don't think he'll pay someone to do it
I do think so.
because he knows people are gonna do it on their own. He might. I don't think he has to pay someone. He has family. They'll do it themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
They'll put it out there, whatever.
Yeah.
But smart thing is to not don't have family put it out there. Don't have no one you know. You kind of need the paparazzi to kind of put it out there for you. Someone who doesn't know you and connection to you that says, "Oh,
wow, he's doing something good.
he did this,
He's trying.
And even then, I think he needs to like completely be silent
He needs
for
to
like
be
the next
washed in the blood
5 to
in
maybe
order for
10
anybody
years
to even think
and do
anything.
everything behind
Behind
closed
scenes.
doors.
I absolutely
You
agree.
guys can say that though, but I'll give you an example. Look at Chris Brown. Everybody thought Chris Brown's career was
It's a
completely.
different,
Thank
but that's
you.
a whole
That's a
different
different
level.
thing.
That's
That
a
was a
different
whole different
mentality.
thing.
He's still young when
I don't
when
think-
that
I don't
stuff
No,
think-
came
but
out.
it was
I
a
don't
whole
think
different
that matters
it was a whole different scenario, and even Rihanna came out and said Chris Brown wasn't at fault for everything he
She
did
said she hit
because
him first.
she hit him first.
She attacked him first.
But it was Chris Brown was also aligned by Diddy because Diddy didn't like him, right? So it still goes back to Diddy if you go back into everything.
I'm gonna go back a
I
little
don't know
bit.
if I'll say he didn't like him because he tried to put them back together or let
No,
them.
no, he didn't because it
When
was
he let
Chris
him-
Brown didn't want to sign to his label,
But he let
and now
Chris
Chris
use his
is
house with Rihanna to.
right
mend
because
things.
because Rihanna was with Jay-Z, but when Chris was like, I'm not signing to either one of the two of you, everything went south. And now you look today, Chris Brown owns the label, his rights to all of his music. Nobody owns him. He's his own independent self, and that's what they didn't want.
Okay, so long story short, is no, we're gonna get to it. Is it okay to assume then that his way of his business acumen, his natural entrepreneurship, that part of P Diddy isn't over?
No,
No,
that's what I'm saying. Stay
We can
silent
agree.
with it.
yeah, it's
Right?
not
He's
over.
So,
gonna do a lot
so
of
he's gonna,
things.
so he's gonna be, he's still gonna be a moneymaker.
Of
So
course
his
he is.
career,
That's his norm.
so his career isn't done. Okay. So what would you do? What would you expect? What would you want? If you're his lawyer, what would you want?
I don't really care what the lawyer wants him to do. It's your family. The lawyer is whatever, but it's your family. If he really wants it, you gotta do what your family wants, kind of thing. Right now, like I know his son makes the music here and there. He's gotta get his. He's just gotta stay quiet, man. Honestly, you
Lay low.
honestly,
Lay
just-
low,
just
boy.
let it-
Lay
just
low.
shut up
Lay
and-
low.
you gotta just stay in the cut, stay in the back. If there's stories out about you, don't
Don't rebuttal.
say nothing. Don't
Yeah, let it die.
Let them say what they want. Let all that. You gotta stay silent for the next 5 to 10 years,
Yeah.
right?
I
Remember,
agree.
remember your own quote. That Biggie said too. Bad boys move in silence. You gotta move in silence now, dog. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Stay quiet. Stay behind the scenes. Don't even come out. Even after 10 years, don't just stay. Let the people bring you back into the scene, if anything. But yo, you gotta.
And the one thing that we're
I don't know if he will, cause he's Diddy, but
Right.
hopefully he has learned. He's old now. But when he
Older.
came in, older, whatever, in the rap game, you're old. By the time you're 30, you're old. But yeah, he needs to just stay
Right?
in the cut.
I think the one thing that we're missing is when it comes to we as Canadians, we're forgiving people, right? But specifically when it comes to Hollywood figures in the States, they're very forgiving of these people. Like they're seen as icons, right?
Yeah.
They put them on a pedestal like they're almost, I hate to say it, but they're almost godlike.
Yeah.
Right? So they in the States you can commit literally murder, and once time passes,
You see that?
you can still be praised as an icon and still live pretty much a good life.
Right, because everybody else's career is tied to that icon because he provides all of these jobs for people to live off. So wrong or right, they're still going to support him because they're getting an income for their family.
Right.
So it's that double-edged sword right there, right?
And there's tons of celebrities in the States where, yeah, something will happen, but within the next few hours, a next celebrity's gonna do something stupid, and the
There you
next
go.
one. Here, we don't have
All we have is Drake.
anywhere near that.
We have Drake.
Do we have Drake? Wait, do we really
got
have Drake
Drake.
the way
Drake is
the
not-
way they treat him?
No, we don't.
The only thing
And then we're gonna get mad when he doesn't want to do anything to all. He doesn't bring up Toronto or.
But he does. Like, he brings out the 416. He
But again,
does the work he
it's
can.
because it's not being boasted. But then if
Right.
he boasted it, people would have been like, "Oh, why does he
But
just
here's
be
the thing.
quiet about it?"
Drake also takes Canadian talent under his wings,
Yeah.
and he promotes them, right?
Yeah.
So he puts them on tour